I want to change directions. I want to talk about the Big 12 Conference. And the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about the top 10 teams in all of college football. The top 10 is littered with schools from the Southeastern Conference and the Big 10. And nobody, Hannah Hoover, from the Big 12.
I think it's a little bit of a miss. Honestly, there's a lot of great Big 12 programs. I can see them using this as an edge, a little underdog mentality.
The underdog mentality, but it does show you kind of the respect or lack thereof in some ways of what the Big 12 Conference has become. So I talked to the commissioner, Brett Yormark, who Mike Gundy calls the best commissioner in all of sports on the Big 12 now, and what he sees the Big 12 moving forward. Why are you so bullish on the future of the Big 12?
I'm very passionate about the Big 12. I came here with, I guess you could say, some ambitious plans. I wanted to connect a culture. I wanted to get on the consciousness of current and future student athletes. I wanted to modernize and contemporize the conference. I wanted to be a national conference. And now I love the trajectory of where we're going. Everything's in place to really start performing at the highest levels and evolve to become truly a great conference. So that excites me. And I think this year is a big year for us.
Brett Yormark is remarkably optimistic about the future of the Big 12 Conference. But in an era of college football that's turned into a conference arms race, the Big 12 has ground to make up. In 2024, the Big 12 was fourth in conference payouts, and they were well behind the Big 10 and the SEC. And for a second year in a row, the Big 12 does not have a team ranked in the preseason college football top 10. What do you think the national conversation around the Big 12 is?
We're an innovative conference. We're an emerging conference. People didn't think we'd be here today. Not only are we here, we're ready to thrive. I know our national profile is greater than it's ever been. And sometimes you have to step out of collegiate athletics to hear that noise, which is all good, and I do. You know, I come from a place that's a little different than where I reside today. So I'm hearing the accolades and I'm hearing about the progress. But there's more work to be done. And this partnership is all about.
And there appears to be some momentum. This summer, the Big 12 Conference announced partnership deals with Microsoft and PayPal. And Yormark bragged about the Big 12's social media, announcing they were the second most followed conference on Twitter and Instagram.
Your MOP of the 2024 Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship is...
And one of the most popular innovations for the Big 12 Conference, their partnership deal with the popular sports entertainment company, WWE.
Are you ready?
You know, I kind of look at us as a bit of a mature startup. We've just really got started. There's so much growth ahead of us, but you also need to celebrate success along the journey. And we've had some great success over the last 3 years. I mean, how we're building this thing and setting ourselves up for the future.
And Yormark hopes the future is now. Last season, the Big 12 was the only Power 4 conference to have only one school selected as part of the 12-team college football playoff. And Arizona State lost their playoff opener to Texas and the SEC. How do you just assure that the Big 12 at this time doesn't fall behind maybe the SEC and the Big 10?
Just doing my job every day. How do I create more value for our membership? How do I continue to enhance our profile and narrative? How do I work with our TV partners to continue to elevate and amplify and storytell around our 16 great institutions in our conference? There's lots of ways that I can lean in and assure that we stay on the path we're on, and I feel very confident that we will.
Of the 16 members of the Big 12 Conference, collectively, they're only credited with 6 football national championships. And the most recent was Central Florida in 2017, who finished that season 13-0, but wasn't selected to play in the playoff. And it wasn't until months later that UCF had their claimed national championship officially recognized by the NCAA. And before the Knights, you have to go all the way back to Colorado in 1990 and BYU in 1984. You've talked a lot about the parity in the league and how everybody... Do you think, though, you need someone to step out of that parity shadow and really take the lead for the Big 12 to take the next step?
Yes, we do. You know, I think parity is great, and I think we are the deepest conference in America, top to bottom, but ultimately need some outlier brands that are a part of that national conversation year in and year out. And I think we're getting close to that.
What do you think success in the Big 12 looks like over the next 10 years?
Being the best version of ourselves. That truly, for me, is to be the best version of ourselves, to be to be part of the conversation year in and year out. You know, when you think about the Power Four conferences, to cement our place, you know, within the best conferences in America, and we're not there yet. You know, if you think about it, we've added 8 schools in the last 2 years, in the last 24 months. It takes time to integrate them, for them to buy into the culture, for them to be part, you know, of what we're building here. I think we're prepared for greatness. I truly believe that. Foundationally, we've set ourselves up for great success. And I think ultimately in time we'll be the best version of ourselves, but I think that's going to take a couple of years.